Hi guys, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. I hope you've all switched over into the new Western New Year with a lot of fanfare and a lot of good intentions. I hope you had a great celebration, and so welcome into the year 2024, at least from a Western perspective. In Chinese metaphysics, we are still in the year 2023, and we're actually today going to talk about this last month of the water rabbit year. It's the wood ox month, Yichou, and it lasts from 6th January 2024 to the 3rd of February 2024, and then we are officially switching into the new Chinese year, which is the wood dragon year. So we obviously want to make sure that we finish the year off with a big bang, making use of all the good energies that are available to us so that we can really hit the ground running. And because of that, we're looking at the monthly flying stars for the Wood Ox month. Now, for those of you who are new to Feng Shui and how this works, this is actually really easy. What you need to do is simply just stand in the center of your home or your office. Take out your compass, you have that on your mobile phone, and check where all these directions are. Where's the south, the north, the east, the west, the southwest, and so on. And then you just follow the instructions of what is best to do in each sector, which sector should be avoided for mission critical activities. And in that way, you can ensure that you will actually have a pretty good month. All right, so let's have a look at what the energies bring. And firstly, we're obviously going to focus on the positive sectors. One of the most positive ones is the south sector, where we have the monthly star 1. And this is always a great energy to have because it brings in help, it brings hope, especially in the south sector, where, for those of you who understand Feng Shui, it combines with Li Gua, the original star in the south sector, to a combination of 10. So this is definitely desirable. So this is a great sector for partnerships, for any sort of deals, also for relationships. It just gives you hope for the future, and it's a great sector to work in whenever you need to deal with people. Yeah, whenever you need to reach out to people in a sales capacity or in a marketing capacity, this would be a great sector to do it. Now, combined with the number 8 annual star here, this is also positive because the 8 is still a cash flow star. And so therefore, overall, I would say for financial endeavors, any sort of activity that has to do with finances, this is actually a great sector. Now, you can also use this sector to study in. So if you're a university student or just generally a student and you need to study, you can use the south. It gives you the right energies to do so. And if you are looking for any sort of mentor or teacher or someone who assists you and supports you, do that from the south sector. It's a fabulous sector to do that in. Now, the next sector that we like is here, the east, with the number 4 monthly star. So this is both an academic star and a peach blossom star, which means that we can use it for 2 different purposes. Either you study there, so in case you can't use the south, the east is also extremely powerful for all those who need to prepare for an exam or need to really focus on a task or do some research. The east is great. If you have small children, put them in the east to do their homework. It will be much easier. They'll absorb knowledge much, much faster. And for those of you who are single, then the east is also great because the 4 is a peach blossom star. It's a romance energy that you can tap into. So anything to do with connecting with a potential suitor, with someone you would like to maybe spend more time with, do that in the east. Now, together with the number 2 annual star, this is a bit of a tricky energy because it could lead to disagreements among the females of the household. If you're just one, that's fine. Yeah, if there's just one female in the household, not so much of an issue. But maybe if it's you and then maybe you live with your mother-in-law, could be that there is some friction, especially if you or your mother-in-law or the other female in the household spend a lot of time in the East. So just be a bit careful. You don't need to pick every fight, yeah? Just maybe be a bit more discerning in what you say and how you say it. Now, then we look at the West, which is also pretty good sector. The West here has the number 8 wealth star. This is a cash flow star, and it's used a lot and very effectively for those of us who work from home, who are maybe freelancers or who work on a contractual basis, self-employed. This is a great start to have it because it brings in cash flow. It brings in more orders, more contracts, more clients, right? So it's money, but through hard work. Now, if you have anything finance related to do, you can use the West sector to do that in. So maybe you're planning your budget for the year or for the month, or you're just figuring out some financial data. You can do that in the West. It's a great sector to do that in. And generally, if you work in the West, this definitely is a positive sector. And together with the annual star 6, this also pertains to authority, power, status. So this particular combination is very good for leadership, for management skills. So if you would like to brush up on your management skills, or maybe start a course on management skills, doing that in the West will definitely benefit you. And then we've got the Northeast, of course, with the monthly number 9. Now, this is a fabulous energy. As always, number 9 pertains to happiness, celebration, could even be a promotion, anything that makes you celebrate and makes you happy. And especially if you may be a little bit down, if you're a little bit depressed, or if you just kind of lost your motivation, spend as much time as you can in the Northeast sector, because it gives you that drive, it gives you motivation and love of life, whatever it is that's needed to make you more hopeful for the future. It's also a great sector to have your master bedroom in, especially if you're a married couple. You can look at very harmonious relationships, intimate relationships for the Wood Ox month. So this is a great sector. Now, for work, you can obviously also use this area. The Northeast is good because the number 9 is also a wealth star. It brings in good connections with people. If you are in marketing and PR, or if you just want to reach out to clients, this would be a good sector. Now, with the number 7 here, this overall promises a good time. It's like women wine song, that sort of energy. So if you do spend a lot of time in the Northeast, then make sure that your alcohol intake is not exceeding what you're usually drinking, because otherwise it may get you a little bit in trouble. So it's usually this combination pertains to just having a good time, lots of food, lots of drink, hanging out with friends, and just don't overdo it and you'll be fine. Now, the other sectors are slightly tricky, so let's have a look at the North first here with the number 2. So the number 2 is generally known as an illness star, but from 2024 onwards, so from the Wood Dragon year onwards, this is also a wealth star. It's an asset star. It brings in long-term wealth. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword. If you are generally very healthy, pretty fit, you're keeping yourself healthy both on a physical, mental, and emotional level, then this doesn't really affect you. But I would say for those of you who suffer from chronic illnesses and who are maybe recuperating from an illness, it's not the best sector to spend a lot of time in the Wood Ox month. Yeah, otherwise this really makes it quite hard to recover. Now, if you're a business owner, especially with the number 9 annual star here, this is a good combination because it pertains to long-term wealth accumulation, asset accumulation. So this is good for business owners. If you do any planning, any investment planning, then do that in the North. This is quite good. It will help you tap into just the right energies or find just the right investment opportunities. Now, the Northwest here with the number 7 monthly star brings in some argument energies, or just more like disagreements, sort of tension. and especially with the 5 annual star, I would say if you can avoid this sector for any critical decision making that involves more than just one person, that would be best, because you really shouldn't enter into any verbal or written agreements while you are in the Northwest. So if you're working in the Northwest, which again is fine, you can do that, it's not a problem, but maybe don't sign any contracts there. Don't make any promises or agreements to anybody while you are in the Northwest, because you may have a bit of a clouded judgment, you may be overlooking details, and therefore you're going to say yes to something that you ultimately can't fulfill, and that will then lead to problems later on. Also, there's a bit of a fire hazard risk there, especially if you see any sharp-edged features on the outside of the Northwest. So careful with that. If you have any candles in the Northwest, be extra careful that you extinguish them before you go out. Then we've got the Southwest. So here with the number 3, this is considered the monthly argument star. So this is much more of an argument energies than what we had in the Northwest. So again, here, careful when you're signing contracts, careful when you have any sort of meeting. So if your meeting room is in the Southwest, then maybe try to arrange meetings with your clients outside of the office or in another area of the office, because negotiations are not going to go as smoothly as you want them to. And if your master bedroom is here, it's likely that you're going to get into more arguments with your spouse or with your partner. So again, pick your fights wisely. You don't have to argue over everything. Now, with the number 1 here, the annual star, this is actually quite an okay energy, and it can also help you study and focus on just one subject matter. But I would say the South and the East sector are much better for that. It's just if you cannot use the South or the East for studying, the Southwest is an option. Now, for those of you who are a little bit shy and need to learn to negotiate and speak up, then by all means spend a lot of time in the Southwest, because the 3 energy gives you makes you more argumentative, and you can only be argumentative if you are brave enough or courageous enough to speak up. So if you're a shy person and you suddenly spend a lot of time in the Southwest, you will see that you will tend to speak up more. You will actually defend your beliefs and your opinions. So this is then actually quite good. And then lastly, here we got the number 5 monthly star. So this is what we call the calamity star, the 5 yellow. It is found in the Southeast in January, which means that you should avoid any sort of hammering, drilling, excessive noise, and moving around of furniture in the Southeast sector for the month, because this would really stir up those energies, and then it'll bring all sorts of obstacles and challenges into your life. And especially because here we've got the number 3 combining with the number 5. So there will be a lot of financial decisions that are not very wise, or you're just going to spend way too much money. So try not to trigger this energy. It's okay to be there in this sector. Let's say if you sleep there, it's fine. It's not ideal, but nothing bad will happen to you. But I would say don't do any financial activities there, and definitely don't upset the energies by moving around furniture, making a lot of noise, and definitely no sort of renovation activities. Even if it's just painting the room, wait until next month. All right. So these are the monthly flying stars for the Wood Ox month, the last month of the Water Rabbit year. I hope you make good use of all of these energies so that you can start the Wood Dragon year on February 4th with all those good energies that you've harnessed in January. All right. Now, if you do have any comments, any questions, please put them in the comment sections below. I'd be happy to answer. If you would like to have a feng shui consult with me directly, then contact me. My email address is in the notes to the video. And in the meantime, I wish you all the best for January. Please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out. All right. See you soon, guys.